You want to sit down?
Sure.
I just wanted to check on you, see if you're doing okay.
I don't know. I don't really sleep much. I haven't slept much in a long time, I guess, but I don't know. I'm adjusting to everything, I guess.
Yeah. I get that.
You know, I don't know. I'm just like, I don't know. Since sanguine, I get angrier quicker. I snap quicker.
Yeah.
More prone to violence. It's strange getting used to all of it. And then that mixed with the fact that I can't sleep, I wake up in cold sweats. It's just.
I can't say I blame you. You know, that's you've been through a lot, and I know that the conversations and stuff we've had to have and all that don't really address that, but
Yeah.
we are all thinking of you and trying to keep your best interest in mind. And I want you to know that. I know it doesn't seem like that with these negotiations and everything that's come up, but you're paramount in everything.
I appreciate it. I just, I don't know, it's tough. I think it's tough because if I really start to break everything down, the right answer isn't the answer that's best for me, you know?
No, there's not many good options right now, and
I don't, yeah,
I'm really sorry you're in this spot.
Yeah, it ain't your fault though. I think it's.
I know. I can still be sorry for it though.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's tough if if I had any faith in Dom that he could keep his mouth shut and actually fake his death for a very long period of time, I'd go with that.
Yeah. I actually wanted to ask you about that actually.
Yeah.
When I was talking to Aurora about it and we were discussing that as a legitimate potential option. She mentioned that it wasn't just Toretti that was brought up.
No, it wasn't.
And I wanted to know if that came from Jaeger.
It did. Or... The way it was phrased was basically, I've got an out for you. It would be to kill Toretti. Or you know. But I know you wouldn't do that one. And he couldn't... To
be clear, it was me, right?
Correct. And he said he couldn't remember the other two people I'd mentioned. So I don't think it was anything personal towards any four of yous. It was just the fact that the minute that this bomb got put in my head, I said that use 4 were to be untouched by anybody that I could control. Or I didn't want any harm to come to the 4 of yous I mentioned. And I think the thought process on his end isn't necessarily a personal thing with any of the 4 names. It's just, if he's broken down enough to kill one of those 4, then maybe I don't need to have the bomb in his head.
Yeah. I also wanted you to be aware of something that, he has done. As it pertains to your safety. And I just want you to know that this is out there. He did call Juno. And he did inform her of the situation.
Hmm.
I didn't confirm anything to her, but I think she's smart enough to put 2 and 2 together. He was fishing for information. He wanted to know if we knew. And he figured, I guess, that she was the one that would have been told, but she made it very clear to him that she didn't know, that she had no idea what he was talking about. And I have no way to know whether or not he has called or told anyone else. But he is actively trying to taunt people.
Yeah, yeah, I know he mentioned, and I've heard him mention anybody that I talk to, even if it's not a cop or anything, he'll just be like, did he tell you about the, before he gave the okay for me to use it, because I think he's trying to feel out, you know, how much I said.
Yeah. I have no idea what he's really trying to do, but if he really wanted to do some damage, he'd probably call me.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to cross that line. Like I said, I truly don't believe it was a personal thing for him to say, you know, even mention, because the first thing I said is, I will, you know, no, I would never with you. And I said that, not at the moment would I kill Toretti, I'd rather have the bomb on my head. And I said to Aurora that I wouldn't even want to try to fake your death, because I don't think it would be believable.
Out of curiosity,
Mm-hmm.
if the judges shut this down and it falls through, what are your options? What are you going to do?
If the judges shoot it down, I'm probably gonna push for a bail hearing, just so I can fucking be out of here.
Okay.
Court.
You're not gonna go through with anything publicly?
It's tough. I mean, my attorney is aware.
He is aware?
He is.
Okay.
It's tough because I didn't want to, and it's something that I know is not in the best interest to be out there publicly for, well, me or anybody really. But Jaeger told me to try to use it to my advantage in this whole fucking case, which puts me in a weird position because you know what I mean? Because like, even if I try to look at it realistically as a cop, I don't necessarily know how I'd handle it, even from a cop perspective, you know?
Yeah.
It's something where I would do some, I would probably do some very, if it was a, I don't know, it's tough. I think it's like one of those things where there's no right answer, you know? If you truly believe somebody is of duress and has a bomb in their neck and are now being forced to do things that they don't want to do, which includes the harming of innocents and explosions, yada yada, well, what are the possibilities? Well, you can't just cut them loose because there's going to be more innocents hurt. You can't. Can you realistically keep them in prison? I suppose, but that just is in a similar situation. I mean, when a riot happens, I'm going to have to pick up a gun. I know if a riot happens, I'm going to have to be a gunman. It's just going to lead to more innocent people hurt. I'm afraid of solitary. Do I think that's probably one of the better options for the state? Probably. But I'm afraid of it.
Yeah.
I was in a trailer.
Are you afraid because
yeah.
of your trauma? Or are you afraid that you'll be seen as no longer useful?
I think I would be seen as I would be seen as useless in solitary, but as long as it's not for life, there would still be an attempt to have use later, right? You know what I mean? Like, I still have potential to be useful later to them. I'm afraid of solitary, because after I had my eye carved out of my head, I was locked in a room, in a place, with no food and no lights for days. And I already couldn't sleep. I was in immense pain. My eye was infected. And, yeah, it wasn't good. It wasn't easy. And I don't want to go back to that.
Yeah. I'll be honest, the only reason that the plea deal was even on the table and you know, we were trying to find you guilty and everything is so that we can save you. Give you more time to figure out what to do. Because, you know, in any other situation, if you weren't under active duress, we wouldn't be trying to charge you, you know, and that sucks. And I'm sorry that you've got that now. But it's, I mean, if we back off and we let you go, they're gonna know that you've told us about it.
Yeah.
And not only that, but now they get to keep using you.
If anybody ever attempts to get this bomb removed from my head, I'm gonna go out shooting Tess.
I know. And I think we all knew that. And we took that into account with the discussions.
Yeah, that's why I'm worried about being told I have to. Yeah, go ahead.
I spoke with all of High Command, me, Libby, and Owen. It was unanimous that none of us have any intention on forcing you to try and get that removed. It would benefit us, I think, to have proof of it, but I don't know how to do that safely.
Okay, I'll let me see what I can do. Okay.
Okay.
I'll make some phone calls. I'll probably talk to Aurora or try to contact you or something. Okay.
Okay. Is there anything I can do for you?
Not really. I think I don't know if did anybody tell you about the letters?
I don't want to read that.
That's fair, and I don't want you to have to read it, but there's something with the letter that I would like you to have. And that's the I guess the thing I would only ask of you. There was a coin that went with that letter. I informed a couple people of it. It was the last thing Sam gave me, and it was given to me before I went to Sanguine. If I get out of here, I'm not gonna carry it with me. I'm not gonna do anything with it. And I left it in that letter in the event that I die, that you can have something that's from Sam and myself. But I'd like you to have that. Even if I'm alive, if I'm dead, it doesn't matter. I still would like you to have that. You just see there's something.
Okay.
Don't gotta read no letter. I'm worried that nobody's gonna get those letters or anything like that, so I'm going about things on, you know, I'm figuring out a way to, you know, have something for people in the event that I do fucking die. But, yeah, I do think that I would like you to have that, at the very least, especially if you don't want to read that letter while I'm still breathing or whatever, but, yeah.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you know if Jaeger is at all close or able to be spoken to by Michael Simon?
From my knowledge, they're not on good terms. They once were, but not anymore.
That's unfortunate.
Why?
I have something that I think could be utilized to get one thing. It's a coin. Michael gave it to me a long time ago to be exchanged for anything I wanted. And I can't really think of anything that I want more than your freedom.
Aw. Damn, dude.
I'd even be willing to give it to Jaeger.
Look, if you want to try to talk to him in any capacity, I trust you with my life, Tess.
I'm scared too.
I get that.
Because I know the second I go to him, he's gonna know I know. And who's to say he's not just gonna blow you up?
Yeah,
I almost hoped you were gonna go public today. Just so I could call him.
I will say, he told me to tell people, and I do plan on telling him that I told, you know, the comp work on my case, and she said she's gonna tell high command, so it would be realistic that you would know. I'd say give it like 3 days. Give it a few.
And I don't know if I still have any pull with him. Just considering the fact that, you know, he put my name out there. Maybe I don't matter as much as I thought.
Well, the way I assessed it, like I said, is truly that it wasn't anything to do with any individual, but just how much they matter to me. And I think he knows his best chance, realistically, is me shooting Toretti because of the Shelby incident. But I told him I wouldn't do it.
Is there anything human left in him at all?
I think so. The way he talks, I don't think it's much. You know, everybody changes, right? Hell, I'm not fully the same as what I used to be. Everybody changes, but The way he talks, he's worried about... Well, I wouldn't say he's worried, but he thinks he's fucked. Right now. You know, if you think you're fucked, you at least are a little worried, right? Like, maybe you're not willing to admit to others that you're worried, and worried about your own life and your own sake. So I think there's some sort of fear to him, which you could pull... If you pull all that out and you believe it's a fair assessment, then there's a little bit of humanity left. Do I think it's much? No. Very little. I doubt he has empathy. Maybe, though.
He also promised me a birthday present. When he found me on the side of the road, I was walking away from Dad's grave on my birthday. And I was drunk. And he saw me, and he offered me a ride, and he said he was gonna get me a gift, and he never really did. And he, really early on into everything, he also saw how bad I was. And he texted me to, in his own weird way, I think, check in. That was before Sanguine and before he knew about you, but something in him cared. At least in some capacity.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can appeal to that at all, but
I don't know. I really don't. I'd be foolish to say I know for a fact. I think the truth is that he wants... I think the best thing I can do, and this is not taking into account anybody else, is convince him I'm loyal. Then there's no need for the bomb.
there's no need for it anyway, because he can still get the bombs out. Yesterday proves that. He doesn't need you to put the bombs out there.
Well, I think his sick and twisted view is I fucked him over. Me personally. And so I need to atone for what I did. I'm not saying he's right. I think it's a bit silly. That's how he feels. But I think there's also that capacity. Yeah, he has benefits from, you know, it definitely has its benefits having the bomb in my head, but I also think it's his way of making me atone for my sins against him.
If we get the bomb out, are you gonna be okay?
There's guns pointed up on that, up behind me.
Do I need to leave?
I don't know.
Yes, I want to tell you that I really love animals.
Step away. I can't stop running. Oh,
Who are you?
I'm Jeremy Phillips. I'm a lifer here.
he broke out of gym pop.
Okay. You love animals?
I do. I just wanted to tell you that. That's why I broke out of Gen
Okay, well you risked your life. I don't want someone to shoot you for that.
Yeah, it's not new. I have magazines covering.
Flavin, go ahead, go for cuffs.
I have magazines all around my chest to prevent any kind of damage.
Oh.
Me?
I don't want to hurt
mind,
anyone.
Do you mind cooperating with them real quick? I'll talk to you. I just I don't know what you have, and I'm a little nervous. Okay.
Oh, I don't have anything. But yeah. Oh, actually, hold on.
No.
I want to show her my card. Here, I want to show her my card. I want to show her my card. My card.
Wait, Jeremy, you're washed?
It wasn't.
No, he's not.
I literally wasn't trying. I want to show her my Doug the Drug Pug card.
Oh, I've met Doug before. Have you ever met Doug?
Oh, but I've wanted to, but I don't think he's here anymore.
Well, Jeremy, I'm having a conversation over here, but we'll talk at some point, I'm sure. You know, I stop by prison from time to time.
Okay.
You don't gotta come running over the fences and stuff to come and talk to me. You know, you can contact the OC and they can have me come down and we can talk in visitation anytime.
Okay, animal lover to animal lover?
Yeah. I don't want you getting
this
hurt
guy is
now
a
and no one
fucking
else getting hurt,
psychopath.
okay?
Holy
so
shit.
You do the things that you need to do to get me down here the right way, and I will come, okay?
Okay, cool. Deal.
Alright.
Look, my little lizard. His name is Lizard Boy. He's my shirt.
Hey, sorry
He's
for the
always,
interruption.
Wow.
always under my vest.
That guy is a fucking psycho.
Alright, well, sorry for the commotion.
You're fine, it's good.
I'm sorry for the interruption.
It's alright.
It's okay. Well, that guy's gonna try to kill me at some point.
That's why I stood in front of you. I wasn't going to charge you with a knife.
I don't even remember what we were talking about.
Yeah, I don't necessarily remember the exact chapter of the book that we were discussing.
We don't have to keep going. I just wanted to check on you and fill you in on a couple things.
Yeah. It's fair. I think look, I at the end of the day, you know, I trust you. So, whatever you feel like doing, if you think it'll help, that's completely fine by me. I think if I remember correctly, I think the exact thing we left off on was, you know, will I be fine without it, essentially. Something along those lines, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't truthfully I don't know, like, what's the definition of fine, right? But I wouldn't be at duress, and I would probably, like I said, my plan would be to pack my bags up and leave.
I think that would be the most ideal outcome for me.
Yeah. If I didn't have this in my head, I'd leave and go to Mexico.
In that case, at least I would know that you got somewhere that you could be safe.
Yeah.
I promise I'll do everything I can to make sure that happens.
Yeah. But if you're worried about it, and you don't want, God forbid, the worst thing to happen, I don't blame you for not trying. Because you're trying more than anybody else right now anyway, right? So I don't blame you to not go negotiate with a madman or attempt to plea on empathy to somebody that is not very empathetic.
I can't negotiate with him, but I can appeal to his humanity.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I said, and if you truly want to, then that's completely fine. But I don't want you to ever think that I don't want you to ever feel if that was the thing for whatever reason that pushes him over the edge and he fucking detonates me, for a lack of better words, or if he does remove it, I don't want you to feel pressured either way. And I just know that, you know, I appreciate it, and I don't want you to ever feel like you have to do it, though, you know. And I don't want to, especially if you're not comfortable or you're worried about the worst possible outcomes.
I just don't want to be the reason. So I'm gonna be really careful. And I don't want to do what Shelby did and act recklessly in any way. Even if my intentions are good, I could still get you hurt, and I want to be careful with that.
Yeah, but I think the difference would be you're not acting recklessly. I mean, this conversation proves that you're being calculated more than recklessness. Falling for an easy trap, it's, you know. Would be the difference there.
I've had the Chief Justice calling me for the last 10 minutes, so I think I need to call him.
Alright.
If it comes to that, is it okay if I inform him of the situation at all?
Crane.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he won't tell any other judges, gonna fucking.
Yeah, I don't
trust any of them.
Else. Alright.
Alright. Stay safe, okay?
You first.
Alright.
Are you ready to go back?
Yeah.
Fucking gate. Now, before we go in there, I have to search you one more time.
Yeah, it's fine. It's just gonna be the same thing, except I'm gonna have cigarettes now.
Yeah, I'm just making sure.
Yep, I'm just being honest.
Alright, you're good.
Sorry if you guys felt like I got in the way with the lifer. I just wasn't gonna have him stab Tessa. So.
Yeah, no, you're good.
Yeah.
For some reason, my taser didn't work. I don't know.
Happens to the best of us.